This is Jarrod Horak for the RunawayHorse.com, and I'm back looking at my second races for my video for the Breeders' Cup. My first video, I looked at 5 horses worth betting in the 2020 Breeders' Cup Friday races. They have 5 Breeders' Cup races on Friday, November 6, 2020 at Keeneland, starting with race 6. So races 6 through 10, I just did that video, and I gave out 1 horse in each race worth betting. And one of the races I did is the Juvenile, but I'm going to look at the Juvenile more in depth in this video. Now, if anybody's been watching my videos on my channel, you know that I specialize in these Road to the Kentucky Derby races. In this Breeders' Cup Juvenile, 20 points to the winner for the 2021 Kentucky Derby. So for the early Breeders' Cup preps, this is probably the most important one. Your favorite in this race, Jackie's Warrior, already has 10 Breeders' Cup points. And some others have some points as well. So a win here, a couple of them could end up already having 30 Breeders' Cup points. Essential Quality is another one with 10 points. So some of these horses that have already won Breeders' Cup points races earlier this year have a chance to really add to that total in this race. And I'm going to be starting my Kentucky Derby 2021 blog soon at therunawayhorse.com on my Kentucky Derby 2021 page. Typically, every year I started in September of their 2-year-old seasons, but obviously with everything going on this year, with the Triple Crown not running until later in the year, in the fall, the Kentucky Derby was run on September 4th, the Preakness was run in October, and the whole schedule was just turned upside down. Racetracks weren't running, like Keeneland in the spring, and New York wasn't running, California. So a lot of the tracks in the spring just weren't running when typically early 2-year-old races would have started. So everything's kind of off kilter this year, and my first list is late to come out, but I will be having that out soon. But let's jump right into these Breeders' Cup races. And the race I'm going to look at is the Juvenile. The Grade 1 Breeders' Cup Juvenile for Friday, November 6th at Keeneland. It'll be the 10th race. And they're going to be traveling 1 mile and a 16th on the main track. Scheduled post time of 5:10 p.m. Eastern Time. The pre-entries came out earlier this week, and let's look at each horse, and then I'll give out my top selection and some of my other thoughts. Calibrate is the first one on the pre-entry list for trainer Steve Asmussen. This one won the debut easily at 6.5 furlongs at Saratoga as the 2-to-1 favorite, going wire to wire, dueling on the lead, pulling clear. Second time out in the Breeders' Futurity was 2-to-1 that day. From post 7 in that 9-horse field, chased the pace wide, finished 6 by 13. You would think that just based on that debut effort, they're going to want to get him up on the pace this time. The next one we'll talk about is Camp Hope. He is a second-time starter for trainer Ken McPeak, a $200,000 purchase. Good effort in the debut. Churchill Downs, post 9 in a 12-horse field, stalked wide, won nicely by 4 lengths. Now that race was a slow early, fast late event, and he looked good winning that one. Has plenty of upside, obviously, but just that one start. But we really don't know how good he's going to be. The pace is almost certainly going to be quicker, and he's going to have to run faster to compete with these horses. Classier for trainer Bob Baffert is the next on the pre-entry list. This one is a son of Empire Maker. Bernardini is the dam sire. Definitely bred for 2 turns. They paid $775,000 for this one at the 2019 September Keeneland sales. And career debut was excellent, and it wasn't that long ago. October 24th at Santa Anita from post 1 in a 9-horse field, 6.5 furlongs. He just went right to the front in that race, and he was able to just dominate throughout. He won by 4 lengths, earned a solid speed figure. Go On was second, a son of Nyquist for trainer Doug O'Neill, and he was more than almost 7 lengths clear of the show finisher. So the top 2 ran well. Classier was never threatened, and that was a good solid effort to begin his career, and Bob Baffert is confident enough to pre-enter this horse in the Breeders' Cup. Similar maybe like Donna Veloce last year. It just seemed to jump up out of nowhere late on the scene as a 2-year-old, and they threw her into the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies, and she ran a good race hitting the board. So Classier may be classy enough to compete with these. Dreamer's Disease is the next one for trainer Robertino Diodoro. 4 lifetime starts with 2 wins. Didn't do anything in the career debut in a dirt sprint. Second time out, wired the field in a turf race at 1 mile. Juvenile turf at Kentucky Downs in the 3rd career start. Didn't threaten, ended up running next to last. And then last time, optional claiming race back on the main track at Keeneland at 1 mile. Went wire to wire that day. So you think that this one has good early pressing speeds, probably going to want to get involved somewhat early, but not quick enough to get in front of some of the better more highly regarded horses in this race. Essential Quality, if you watched my last video about 5 horses worth betting on Breeders' Cup Friday, Essential Quality was one of those. 2 for 2 Lifetime, the career debut at Churchill Downs at 6 furlongs on September 5th, rallied from 6th, 7 lengths back to win, going away by 4 lengths. Didn't have the best trip, but overcame any trouble that he had to win easily as the favorite. So then second career start, I picked him on top in my Breeders' Futurity video. That was on October 3rd at Keeneland at 1 1/16. The Breeders' Futurity was a grade 1. And in that race, he got right up on the pace. The pace wasn't quick, but he was able to get up on the pace, battle with the other leader, put that one away, and win by more than 3 lengths. A good solid effort second time out. And this pedigree, excellent. Tappet is the sire. Elusive Quality, the dam sire. This one has a lot of upside with those 2 easy wins, a good running style versatility, and looks like a solid win contender. Jackie's Warrior is your heavy favorite, 4 for 4 Lifetime. This one they only paid $95,000 for, but that was above average purchase price for the sire. McLean's Music, more of a sprint-oriented pedigree, and this one has been excellent in sprint races, but there's no reason to think that he couldn't get 1 1/16. Won the debut easily, tracking from second, 5 furlongs at Churchill Downs, and then the last 3 starts, grade 2 Saratoga Special, wire to wire, a grade 1 Hopeful at 7 furlongs, wire to wire again, and then last time the Champagne Stakes, wire to wire. All those wins were very easy. Reinvestment Risk was clearly second best in those 2 races. So shorter fields, he's just been able to get out there, dominate the pace, and take over. Now I think the key to success here is going to be if he's able to get 2 turns, maybe getting out there and controlling the pace again. If he's not able to get out there and control the pace like he has been doing, and the combination of a faster pace around 2 turns, maybe he'll be vulnerable late. But if he gets out there and does what he did in his last few starts, they're not going to catch him. Keep Me in Mind is the next one. Robertino Diodoro is the trainer, was second in both starts. So this one has ability. As a maiden, definitely has talent. First time out, originally scheduled for turf, 1 mile at Churchill Downs, September 2nd, rallied to finish second. Breeders' Futurity last time, he was able to rally from 6th place to finish a solid second. So now he has that good race over the track. Still a maiden. I think a win would be a bit of a surprise, but I wouldn't be shocked if he came in somewhere in the top 3. He did have a bullet work at Keeneland on October 23rd. King Fury for Ken McPeak. This one's a $950,000 purchase. Curlin is the sire. Stakes winner Taris is the dam sire here. Is the dam in this one, and then Flatter is the dam sire. 3 lifetime starts with 2 wins. I like that debut from post 10 in a 12-horse field, was wide throughout at Churchill Downs at 1 1/16, 6-1, and he rallied from 5th to win nicely. It's not easy to win 2 turns first time out, especially losing all that ground, but he did just that. Second time out, Breeders' Futurity. He was again wide throughout. But he just wasn't able to get the job done this time. He retreated. He finished 8th by 13. They brought him back October 25th in the Street Sense Stakes at Churchill Downs at 1 1/16, and in that race he stalked the pace and he won nicely to win by a half length. And the runner up there, Super Stock, was second, and Super Stock also ran in the Breeders' Futurity Stakes, and he was 3rd. So the 2 horses that came out of the Breeders' Futurity Stakes ran in the Street Sense Stakes, and they ran 1st and 2nd. So that gives the Breeders' Futurity and Essential Quality a little bit of a bonus hit there when those horses came back and ran well out of that race. King Fury is not guaranteed to run here, though. He could wait for the Kentucky Jockey Club Stakes. Likeable for Todd Pletcher. This one's a son of Frosted. I was a fan of his sire. The dam sire here, Medaglia d'Oro. So this one has a nice pedigree for trainer Todd Pletcher. $350,000 Keeneland sales grad. Off the turf debut, 7 furlongs at Saratoga. Finished 2nd by a head. Was stalking the pace and ran a decent race. Stretched out to 1 mile around 1 turn at Belmont Park. Second time out, wired the field, controlled the pace, rolled home easily that day. So he should be part of the pace in this race. He has some upside. Next is the next one. Wesley Ward is the trainer. Not this time is the sire. Awesome again, the dam sire. Career debut, 4.5 furlongs, all-weather surface at Woodbine, finished 6th. Now back-to-back wins at Kentucky Downs in a turf sprint, and then an allowance win at Keeneland in an off-the-turf race on a good track. So this one went wire to wire last time out, tracked the pace in that sprint, turf sprint at Kentucky Downs. Look for this one to be part of the pace as a long shot. Reinvestment Risk for trainer Chad Brown, $280,000 purchase. Upstart the sire, Candy Ride the dam sire. He's going to hope that the added turn in this race is going to be the key to him turning the tables on Jackie's Warrior. He looked sensational in his debut at Saratoga at 6 furlongs on August 1st. Stalked the pace, ran away with that one. And then in the Hopeful, he was actually the favorite, the even money favorite in the Hopeful against Jackie's Warrior. And he chased that one, was never going to catch Jackie's Warrior alone on the lead. And he was clearly second best, more than 10 lanes clear of the rest. And then last time in the Champagne, he took a lot of action again. Jackie's Warrior was the favorite, and Reinvestment Risk was $1.15 to 1 there, and ended up running a decent race. So it was a little more than even money last time in the Champagne. Stalked the pace, could not, again, Jackie's Warrior controlled it, could not keep up with that one, but was well clear of the rest of the field. Again, a clear second place finish. So Reinvestment Risk, if he is going to be better around 2 turns and Jackie's Warrior faces pace pressure, he can certainly win the Juvenile. Rombauer from Southern California for Mike McCarthy is next. This one switched from turf to dirt last time in the American Pharoah, the Grade 1 American Pharoah Stakes, and was clearly second best, rallying from off the pace. First 2 turf races, won his career debut, 1 mile on turf, and then the Del Mar Juvenile turf, he finished 6th, second time out. So that was a good effort. He's going to try to get involved late, Twirling Candy the sire, Cowboy Cal the dam sire. I don't know how far he's going to come from off of it, but I think he's going to need to be towards the back of the pack trying to rally late. Sittin on Go for trainer Dale Romans. This one won the first points race this year, but in his career debut at Ellis Park at 5 furlongs, he rolled home from off the pace by more than 4 lengths. The Iroquois Stakes, Grade 3 Iroquois, September 5th, was the first points race for the 2021 Kentucky Derby, and Sittin on Go rallied from 9th to win that one easily by more than 2 lengths. Brody's Cause the sire, More Than Ready the dam sire. This one seems like he has plenty of stamina. He's going to need pace help in this race. The next one, Smiley Sobotka. This one has run 2 times with a win and a second. Rallied from off the pace at Ellis Park in the career debut to finish second, and then tracked the pace from post 11 at Keeneland at 1 mile and 1/16 last time, and won clear by 2 lengths. Earned a better speed figure second time out for trainer Dale Romans, but he's going to have to run much faster to threaten some of the top contenders in this race. And there's one horse on the also eligible list here in the pre-entries, Hot Rod Charlie for trainer Doug O'Neill. So if one of the other horses that I mentioned don't run, Hot Rod Charlie can get in. Otherwise, he won't be able to make it into the field. He's run 4 times, and they paid $110,000 for this one. A son of Oxbow Indians, Charlie the dam sire. Career debut, 5 furlongs on the main track. He was 4th. Then they tried him in a couple turf races. He was 3rd in a turf sprint, and then 5th of 10 in a turf route. Then they moved him to the main track, put blinkers on at 1 mile at Santa Anita on October 2nd. He was up on the pace, and he won by a neck. Now, his speed figures are much lower than some of the top contenders, so if he does get in, he's going to need a bit of help here. He'll have to improve, and some of the others will have to probably regress, especially a horse like Jackie's Warrior, where Jackie's Warrior speed figures are way up there. So Sittin on Go from off the pace, I think you can certainly use him for Dale Romans if we get a pace meltdown in this race. Reinvestment Risk, certainly a contender in here for Chad Brown. I can see him turning the tables on Jackie's Warrior if the pace heats up, and he likes that 2-turn distance. The other one, Jackie's Warrior, obviously the one to beat. If he can get out there and control the pace like he has done in all of his other races, or at least in his last 3 stakes wins, he's going to be tough to catch. But the extra turn of this race, a faster pace scenario, maybe he'll be vulnerable in the late stages. But I am definitely going with Essential Quality. I mentioned him in my other video. He is my top choice. Nothing wrong in 2 career starts, 2 easy wins. He's not as fast as Jackie's Warrior yet, but these are 2-year-olds. They'll continue to improve. Some were early bloomers, and they won't keep improving. Then you have others who will continue to get better as distances increase, as they get more experience. So a horse like Essential Quality, he'll have to move up his speed figure, but he did just that from his first start to his second start. So if he can improve a few more points and Jackie's Warrior doesn't get loose, Essential Quality can certainly win the 2020 Breeders' Cup Juvenile. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and make some comments in the comment section. Who do you like in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile? Who do you like in some of the other Breeders' Cup races for 2020? And that will wrap up this week's video. I'll be back next week. Next week I'm going to look at the Breeders' Cup Saturday races. I'll give out a horse to worth betting in each of those races, and I'll take a deeper look at the Breeders' Cup Classic. Until next week, good luck at the races.